Hey, good morning. Greg Flanagan here. Fridays with Flanagan, 11 o'clock every week, 11 Eastern Time. We come to you bringing some knowledge and applied knowledge, let's call it, right? Over the years, I've been smacked in the head a couple of times, and that's what we call applied knowledge. So we start every week off with a mindset moment. And as I was going through my week, I had an agent that was he had a lot of stuff going on, but nothing going on. You know what I mean? He was trying real hard, and everybody was a possibility. It just wasn't working out, and he wasn't getting in front of enough people. He was holding on to those people and working them as hard as he thought he should work them. And we talked about exposing himself to more people. And this is where the quote, exposure leads to composure. I said this years ago. I was having a conversation with somebody, and it wasn't even a real estate conversation. It was an old sales job. And we got talking masterminding, and it came out of my mouth. I was like, that's pretty prophetic. I probably heard it somewhere else. So I'm not going to take full credit for it. I'm sure somebody can find it somewhere on the web, but I don't think so. So exposure leads to composure. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the more you do, the better you get at it. Okay? Whether it's a listing presentation, whether it's door knocking, whether it's script practice, whatever dialogue, action, or conversation you are having, the more times you have it, the easier it is to say it. So you're exposing yourself more, and you're gaining more composure because you understand it better, right? For instance, how does this lead to what we're going to talk about in a few minutes about script practice? We all hate it. We all hate script practice. But as you expose yourself more to it, you get more composed at it. It becomes easier to do. And that goes back to last week about living on your own voice and making it easier the way you live, right? Because everything is part of you now. As you internalize it into yourself, your exposure, what you do, and how many times you do it a week, leads to your composure, which guess what, folks? Leads to more money in your pocket. Okay? I wish I could find a rhyme to go exposure, composure, dollar bills. There is no rhyme for that, but it is part of it, right? So the more that we expose ourselves to script practice, the more we expose ourselves to presentations, listing presentations, buyer consult presentations, even conversations, the forward conversations, right, that we have during interactions with people that we don't know. The more we do that, the better we are, the more money we're going to make. And I hope that clears that up. So get into the mindset of exposing yourself more during the week, and your growth will come. Your money will grow. Your emotions will grow. It just gets easier when you do it. It gets easier. Put yourself into action, and you will not believe what happens. Okay. So for this week, we're going to talk about mindset and exposure leads to composure. We're going to drop down into script practice. Quick tips for your script practice success. How many people out there are actually doing script practice? Yeah, right? Maybe one or two. You have to do it. Script practice is muscle memory. Okay, it's muscle memory. The more we practice, the more we work out. If you're an athlete, if you don't work out for a while, what happens? You get kind of flabby. Been there, done that, probably still there. So we have to work out. We have to train our minds to say the things that we need to say when we identify a conversation. And that's important. That's where script practice comes in. And you've heard me say in the past that what we practice in private, we get paid for in public. Okay, what we practice in private, we get paid for in public. And that's true whether you're a basketball player, a baseball player, even a top salesperson. Top salespeople practice until they can't get it wrong. You understand that? You practice until you can't get it wrong. And then you continue to practice so that when you are in a situation, you don't have to sit there and go, oh, what should I say? What should I say? Your mind already knows what to say. And that's the purpose of script practice. I know you hate it. It's not me. It doesn't sound like me. I'd never say that in public. Well, yeah, you would. Yeah, you would, because everybody does it. You're scripted every day of the week. You're scripted. Whether you're driving through McDonald's and they're asking you for fries, hey, I want a hamburger. You want fries with that burger? You want a Coke with that burger? Medium or large? They never ask you if you just want a regular, right? Small. They've already upsold you already. So let's talk about script practice and how it works. There are two types of script practices, okay? The first type is your daily script practice with a partner. The second type is learning the script, the rote. We're going to deal with the first one, okay? I'm going to assume that you've been practicing an hour a week of nothing but scripts. And how do you do that? You just wrote. Read the script, put it right here. I don't know if you can see my wall right here. See all these papers up in here? These are scripts. I turn to these papers. Hi, this is Greg. How you doing today? Great. Well, I called you a while back, and we were hoping to help refer people to each other, but it's really not working. How do you think we can get better at this? That's a script that I can tell you right off the top of my head. But it's right there because that's what I do. I deal with small, intimate spheres. Okay, I deal with people I know, like, and trust me, and we are helping each other out. That's what I want you to do, an hour a week. Get in there and do script practice. Now, the other script that we do is the morning script. Every morning for 15 minutes before we start calling our sphere, you know me, I'm not a cold calling guy, okay? Before we start calling our sphere, we call our script partner. And that's what we're talking about today. How do we do that? I've got 6 rules that we follow, and I'm adamant about it. If I'm going to be your script partner, which I have 4 or 5 script partners, if I'm going to be your script partner, this is the way it goes down, because I will hang up on you. I know it's a PIA, but this is business. We are in this business. This is a serious business. You've got to learn your scripts, and you've got to have a mindset that this is business. Okay, if you don't think you need to know scripts, oh, I'm such a nice guy, I don't need scripts. That's bullshit. Okay, that's BS. You do. You need scripts. You need to know the terminology. You need to know the language patterns. You need to know how to say things so they sound like you. Even though right now they don't sound like you, this is important. Okay, if you're too smart for this, get off the call. Okay, first thing, be on time. 5 days a week. I have 3 different partners. Okay. Now, if we are busy people, understand this, that if I dial your phone and you don't answer, I hang up and I go to the next guy because he might have had an off. I am looking for somebody to script practice in the morning, simply because when I get on a phone, what I'm doing is I'm setting myself up for success. Every morning, 15 minutes before you start dialing your sphere or something like that, you want to have this practice. Be on time. If it's 8 o'clock in the morning, be there at 8 o'clock. Pick up the phone. If you're not there, you get 2 strikes with me and you're out. There's no such thing as 3. And this is the way you should have it also. Okay, make sure somebody is on the other end of that phone. Be on time. Go directly into the script. Over the years, I've done this personally, and I got over it years ago, but don't call me up and go, hey, Greg, how you doing this morning? Wasn't it a beautiful morning? I had a rough night last night. I don't care, nor should you. Again, this is a serious business. This is the way I script practice. Hi, Bob, Greg Flanagan here. How you doing? Great. Well, I called you a while back, and we were hoping to help refer people to each other. And I'm reading off that script. I want to make sure I'm reading off that script. Because as soon as I hang up this phone after 15 minutes, I'm going into that script with the first guy on my call list, which your call list should have been done last night. Should have been done yesterday afternoon. So you plan ahead, right? Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. That's a Marine thing. Don't worry about it. I am not a Marine, but I know enough of them. So you go right into your script, and you say your script. Your partner, there you go. We're on number 3. Have the script in front of you, right? Here it is, right here. Have the script in front of you. Read it off the script. That way it gets your brain working, right? Before you go to exercise in the gym or before you go running, you stretch a little bit. That's the same thing with this. Stretch your mind, stretch your vocal cords, get it straight. If you need a cup of water, make sure you got a cup of water next to you. I'll take that opportunity so that you can be on your game. This is not, you're practicing, but it's actually just a warm up to get into your daily calls and focus on it. This is real life, right? So have the script in front of you. Read directly off the script. Read directly off the script. Your partner on the other side, do not beat up the other person. This is not the time to practice every objection you know. It's not the time. That time to practice your objections is during the week, in the middle of the afternoon, when everybody's watching the soap operas. Whenever you need to do that, you and your partner sit down and you go through the crazy scenarios. I have a great partner, and some of the scenarios we go through, you got to have fun with it. You got to have fun with it. That's the time to do the crazy scenarios. This is the time where you have the right to give them 2 objections and make them regular objections. It's not the time to go into this big, long diatribe about, Martha left house and we're going here 5 minutes. No. You want to get in there. You want to go short, sweet. Hey, we were supposed to help each other find, refer people to each other. What's up? Well, Greg, I apologize. This is the guy, second guy. I apologize, Greg. I just didn't think about it. Oh, man, I can hear you on that. I understand you didn't think about it. What can I do to help you think about it? Okay, and you start scripting that way. 2 objections, and you switch over. You go over to the next person, right? And he does the same thing. Don't stop. Don't stop and critique anything. Don't even say, hey, that was great. Don't want to hear that. I want to hear my script practice. And then as soon as I'm done, and if you start going into, give me the name and number, that's all secondary. That's ancillary. You don't have to deal with that. Just go, okay, great, goodbye. And as soon as I say goodbye, my partner starts talking. Hey, Greg, this is John. And he starts talking down the road. And we go back and forth until about that 14-minute mark, 14.5-minute mark. And then we stop. And it's just, what'd you hear, John? And he tells me, I don't say a word. You know what I say? Thank you. It's not my time to sit here and make excuses. It's not my time to argue with him or explain to him where I was going. It's just thank you. I can internalize this later. And I do the same thing with him. I give him what I felt. Hey, you know what? Your energy's down. Bring up this sentence a little bit more emphasis on that sentence. And then he says thank you. And then we both go on our way. It makes for very short and succinct. You're focusing in on what's happening. All right. So don't beat up the other person. Don't get into any crazy scenarios. You're just there to get your brain stretched a little bit, get your vocal cords on, and do this. This 15 minutes is right before. If you do more than 15 minutes, you're going to wear yourself out. Your partner's going to get bored. Let's talk about partners real quick, as long as we're doing that. Why do I have 3 partners? Anybody? Chat? Anybody in that chat tell me why I have 3 partners? No? Huh? Okay. I'll tell you why. Because I get bored. If I'm chatting with the same guy every day, I get bored. He gets bored. We start letting each other slip, and that's not where we want to be. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, one guy. Tuesday and Thursday, a second guy, and there's a third guy out there that's like the on deck batter in case one of us can't show up. Is he a regular script partner? No, he's somebody that's going to pick up. It's like if they call me and all of a sudden I hear Bob say to me, "Hey, Greg, this is Bob. How you been?" "Good, Bob. What's up?" I was just calling to find out. Once I hear him, I know that I'm into a script practice, and I don't, I'll just go into the script practice or role play, whatever you want to call it. So that's why you have three. Find yourself three good people, reliable, and serious about this job. That's the important part. You got to be serious about the job. I have a lot of fun, but I have fun when I need to have fun. When it comes to scripting and practicing and getting those words in myself, I definitely want to root. So for you new people out there, if you're not doing an LP Mama, Greg, what's an LP Mama? And I'll tell you what an LP Mama is. Location, price, mortgage, agent, motivation, and appointment. When you're talking to people on the phone, those are 5 things that LP Mama, 6 things that you're looking to ask those questions. How you ask them is up to you. They don't have to be in order. They can be 1 minute or they can be 5 minutes. I find the 2.5 minute version is usually a little easier, and that's what I want you practicing. Okay, especially if you're new. Once you get that mindset into looking for LP Mama, and if you want, you can go to my website and you can grab, I believe we have it up there. Just drop, you know what the easiest way is? Drop your email into the comments section or DM me, and I'll get it out to you. And I'll get you those LP Mama sheets. Location, price, motivation, agent, mortgage, and appointment. You want that script down, especially if you're doing inbound buyer calls. Okay, so don't beat up the other person. After you're done, get off the phone. Get off the phone with your person and get on the phone with your first call. That's real important. You're all gassed up. You know the script. It's sitting right there in your mind. Just make those calls. Make those calls. Any questions on that? Any questions? During the week, I've had, I work. I'm a real estate agent, guys. I'm still actively selling real estate. I have a small team. I think last year combined we did about $11 million. So it's not a super mega team. It's just 2 single agents, solo agents, helping each other grow to a bigger purpose. And that's my whole thing with the Power Onward Network and Fridays with Flanagan and Masterminds is I believe the solo agent is the way it's going to go this from here on for the next 5 to 10 years. You've got the big ZRT, and that means Zillow, Realtor, and Trulia, who personally I don't care for. I think they do us a disservice. We're feeding them money to sell us back ads. We're feeding them money to capture leads that should be coming to us. There's a way to beat them. There is a way to beat ZRT, and that is personal solo conversations with people. You want to make a couple $100,000 a year. We all got in this business for a reason. We wanted to be our own boss. And it's kind of funny because when people ask me, what do you do for a living? I tell them I'm unemployed because every morning I wake up unemployed. I have to go out and look for a job. Think about that. Go out and look for a job. And without my scripts, I wouldn't know what to say. But every morning I got to go out and find somebody that's ready to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And it's important that I know what to say to them every day. And this is where script practice comes in. Okay. So you want to beat Zillow. You don't have the money for Zillow. I'm sure you've looked at Zillow in somewhere in your career and said, oh my goodness, last time Zillow called me, they wanted $2,400 a month for 6 leads a month. 6 leads a month. You do the math. And that's maybe a 2-to-1 return, which in this business, we look for 8-time return. If you're dealing as a solo agent and you're just talking to people, that's 150, 200, 300% return on your investment, because all you're doing is talking, right? So stay with me. I'm going to teach you through the Fridays with Flanagan, through the Power Onward Network, how to become a solo agent in the future. And it's real important because our commissions are being compressed. We got Zillow coming in. I got a break here for Zillow. I've been doing this for about 15 years now, just under 15 years. Zillow's been around, probably all that. They were coming and going. Zillow always promised that they were never going to be a brokerage. All we're doing is we're helping consumers, see everything. We're not a brokerage. We don't intend to hire agents. Well, right now, agents are interviewing for Zillow placement in certain markets. What does that mean? The people that are paying Zillow, the ones that are performing, are going to be employees of Zillow down the road. I think Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, one other marketplace up in the north, up in the Midwest, has Zillow brokerages. And what is a Zillow brokerage? They're going to pay you $40,000 a year, and you're going to go out and show people through houses, or you're going to do the paperwork, or they just need a licensed agent to do their dirty work. They don't give a crap about the client. They don't give a crap about the fiduciary. All they want to do is take care of their stockholders, which is fine. That's what they're supposed to do. But what does it do for your client? As a solo agent, you're the fiduciary to your client. That's what we get paid for. That's what we get paid well for. And we get paid well for that because we know what we're doing. And my goal is to create a new breed of agent where it's solo agents still getting paid the money and using the proper techniques, culture, and tactics to help people that really don't want to deal with the Zillows of the world. Okay? Megas and Zillows are great, but I do believe that you can have a balanced life working Monday through Friday, seeing your family at 5:30, 6 o'clock at night, and all this other nonsense about working 24 hours a day is nonsense. Okay? You can be a very well-paid agent Well, I'm going to hold that comment for later. Anyway, sorry to get off on that. Zillow is not your friend. Don't pay them. Truly is not your friend. They're owned by Zillow. Realtor.com, you think you belong to the association? Well, guess what? Realtor.com is no longer owned by realtors. Okay. It's not. Okay, they're all big business. They're all out for their stockholders. Be careful. Don't spend your money. If you have $2,400 a month to blow, give me a call. I'll tell you where to put it. Okay, I'll tell you where to put it. I'll tell you what training to take. But here at Power Onward Network, we're gonna build a new breed of agent. Okay, that's gonna last through Zillow, through Realtor, through Open Door, through all these other people that say, "Oh, the real estate agent's dead. The real estate agent's dead." I'm going to give you a quick analogy of the real estate business. You know, back in I think about 1996, 1997, the car business went through about the same type of thing as we're going through right now as an industry. All of a sudden, you could buy a car online, and I was working in the car business. I was a Toyota salesperson, and all of a sudden, we had this internet car salesman, and all he did was answer leads. That's what he did, and he would bring them into the market. and they were able to buy cars online. And it was a death knell, right, of the car business. We no longer need agents. We no longer need car salesmen. Everybody's going to buy online. That was 23, 24 years ago. Guess what? You pull onto a car lot today, and you're still talking to a salesperson. They didn't go away. They still get paid. Okay? It's just one segment of the business. So don't worry about Zillow. They'll be here. They'll just, they'll do their thing. Your only competition is right here between these ears. It's your mind. You have to get your mind right, and that's what we're going to do in the future. All right. Anybody that wants to join up, look at Power Onward Network. We got a whole back end. What is Power Onward Network? Let me explain it real quick. It's group coaching. It's affordable group coaching. It's $39 a month, I believe. And what you're going to get there is we do a pump up every morning starting at 8:15, and that's a 15-minute pump up. We're going to get your mind right. We're going to get you in gear. We're going to make sure you're focused on the coming day so that you're not off track. We're going to keep you right here. We're going to try to keep you online. Every week, we're going to have a half hour of content. What's most important to you? That's going to come from me or one of my top agents that I know, and we're going to deal with the issues of today. Okay, we're going to deal with the issues of today. We're going to help you through the hurdles in your career. And then for a half hour, we're going to do a question and answer session, which is a great time. You get to ask me questions. We'll answer live online through our social media or through Zoom, whichever we use. And then once a month, you're going to have exclusive right to come and listen to the experts. Okay, an hour worth of an expert. What expert? It all depends. I know people that do open houses, and that's all they do. I know people that do nothing but cold calls. Tedious job, but they do it. I know people that door knock all day. There's something out there for you. There's something out there for you that we can help with. Where does that usually happen? What happens is we're going to have this Fridays with Flanagan, and then we're going to say sayonara to all the people that are on for our free show, and we're going to break right into a closed secret group where we're going to have our own discussion. So we're building a network of real estate agents that are either new, underperforming, want to get better, and this network can be new agents all the way up to top teams. I have them. I know them. I coach them. It's a great place to be. So leave your email in the box. We'll send you a landing page. We're all adults here. This is how we work, right? We deal with landing pages. We'll send you a landing page. You can sign on and go from there. I'm Greg Flanagan. This is Fridays with Flanagan. We do this every Friday at 11 o'clock. The next 2 Fridays, we're going into the holiday seasons. Happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish friends out there. And Merry Christmas to the Christian side. Festivus and you got me on that one. Anyway, happy holidays to everybody. And we'll see you soon. Join our Facebook group. Ask us to join the Power Onward Network. We'd love to have you. Have a great day. Be profitable.